Is Elon Coin the next fast 100x? Well, there is a small chance that could happen, and I'm going to give my reasoning for that. So, this is the number one trending coin right now, okay? It's currently had a pump up towards 20 million, and it's had a correction. So that could be the end, right? That could be the top. And then it could just die from here, which a lot of coins do that, right? So it is a risky one, it's a gamble, but it could also be a really fast 100x, because this has got $55 million 24-hour volume going through it, which means obviously everybody's looking at this one. It's number one trending coin, it's got a lot of volume, everybody's looking at this one, right? And we've seen recently, we had White Whale, okay, so this one ran to 200 million market cap, okay, and we recently had this one, Penguin, right, which ran to 170 million market cap. So it seems like at the current time in the market, the ceiling for these big runners on the meme coins is about 200 million market cap, okay? So we've had these two recently. Now that we've had these two, there's probably going to be some more, right? So there was this one too, Barking Puppy, which had a big run up to about 20 million, which is similar to what Elon did, but not as good as White Whale and Penguin, though, right? They went obviously 200 million, so that's another 10x higher than that. So this one could be a potentially be another contender as well, you know. But I think Elon Coin's better just because it's more hypey, right? It's Elon Coin, similar to Dogecoin, right? Elon is the person who basically sent Dogecoin back in the day, and as you can see, look, it's just Elon Coin, right? So you had Dogecoin, Elon sent Dogecoin back in the day, and this is just Elon Coin, right? So it's much more simple to understand, it's much more easy to hype about, okay? And so this is all based on a tweet, just like a lot of these fast hyped up coins. This guy who's like a famous politician or something, I don't know who it is, but you know, he said that he wants to buy Elon on a tweet, so that's what sent it in the first place, that's what created this coin. And now currently it's had a cooldown, right? So now it's either going to slowly just like bleed out and just disappear and never come back, or it's going to cool off and just hover around these levels for a little bit until we get another leg higher, right? That is a possibility that could happen, and if we get some more tweets from these guys, or if that guy that tweeted about this in the first place actually decides to buy this for whatever reason, then you know, we could definitely see a nice run for it, right? And like I said, White Whale went to 200 million, Penguin went to 200 million almost, so there's no reason this one can't do something similar, which would be pretty much like a 50x from this price. And being the narrative of it being an Elon coin, there's no reason it couldn't do higher than that, right? So it's technically possible it could do 100x, but it probably won't do that much, but it could do that much, right? There's definitely a chance for this to do a quick 10x or maybe more, or again it could just do nothing and it could just bleed out and then die and then just never come back, like a lot of these coins do. It's only just been launched like 14 hours ago, so it's a new coin. A lot of these new coins don't survive, right? Obviously they're basically gambles. But yeah, I've got a small bag in this, and if it rides up 10-20x or more, then I'm happy. Or if it goes to zero, I don't care, because I've only got a little bit in it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, let's hope for a big run similar to Penguin and White Whale. It can definitely happen. Let's take a quick look at Yee as well, because this is my safer, in quotes of myself, safer 100x, because obviously no meme coins are really safe, right? Especially the small meme coins. They're never really safe, but safer, because this one's been out since basically when Pepe came out, right? It's been out since 2023, and it's just been on a slow grind ever since, right? So it's obviously got staying power. It's probably not just going to disappear like that Elon coin that I just spoke about. That could just disappear tomorrow, okay? But this one's got staying power. It's been around for years, okay? And it's only 10 million market cap right now, so this is probably the safest 100x opportunity that I've spotted so far. Unless you're talking about a really long-term 100x, then maybe even Bitcoin, you know, I don't know, but or maybe Bitcoin wouldn't do 100x, but or maybe it would, I don't know, who knows. But yeah, this is a safe, relatively, you know, this could do 100x fast, like it could do it within months, within a few months. It's possible if the bull market kicks off again and all the coins start skyrocketing, it could happen. But yeah, it's currently on a dip right now, so we had a run up to 30 mil. It's on a dip down to 10 mil. And it's probably going to start building on a floor soon. And obviously here we got listed on a bunch of T3 exchanges, MEXC, BingX, MEXC, BingX, LBank, XT, CoinX as well. It got, so we're starting to get exchanges, which also adds to the safeness factor. Again, it doesn't mean it's safe, but it gives it more exposure, and it takes the risk away a little bit. It makes it a little bit less risky the more exchanges it gets, right? But yeah, it's working its way up. Yee, it's getting these exchanges now. So that's what this pump was for. It's having a correction since then. probably going to consolidate for a little bit at these kind of levels before taking off again and then getting the bigger exchanges, and then hopefully the market starts going up again, and then Yee could skyrocket from there. This could maybe come down a little bit further because it is currently in a downtrend right now, but this could be at the bottom because this is on the previous all-time highs here. So that's a common place for bounces to happen, or for floors to form, right? So you take off, you break the previous all-time high, you take off, you have a breakout, then you have a correction, and then you come back to the previous all-time high, and then you make the all-time high, you make the previous all-time high the new floor. That's what commonly happens, right? But it could still break and come a little bit lower, it's possible. So I'm not currently buying heavy just yet. Although if I didn't have any, then I'd probably start my DCA here if I didn't have any already, because I was buying down here at the bottom. So I've already got a nice bag of this, so I don't really need to buy. But if it comes down more, then I will buy. So if it comes down to this sort of area here, back where it was kind of where there was a lot of trading activity here in these areas, and it also had like a little resistance area here. If you see there was like a resistance area where it touched there. It could come around into this box somewhere. I think that would be, if it does break 10 mil and then come lower, then this would probably be the area where the bottom would probably form. That I could imagine, right? That would be my best guess. So if it comes down there, I'm probably going to be buying pretty heavy. But for now, I'm leaving it. But again, if I didn't have any already, then I'd probably start DCAing slowly. But I'd be careful at the moment as well, because obviously Bitcoin is not looking great. So yeah, Bitcoin 82,000. It's just looking weak, right? It looks like it could come back down to the previous all-time high. Again, what I just spoke about with the all-time highs. I think Bitcoin could potentially come down to the previous all-time highs of last cycle, 69,000 or something. So if Bitcoin does that, then obviously the whole market is going to continue to dump. And if you check out my last video, you'll see what I'm talking about with this pattern here. So what we've got going on up here at the top of this cycle so far is very similar to what we've got going on down here. And I think something like this, what I've drawn with the white lines here, with this arrow, I believe something like that could potentially play out. We could come down to the previous all-time high area, zone, and then we can continue up after that after. But I spoke about that in my previous video, so if you watch my previous video, you'll see that. So yeah, Bitcoin's looking kind of weak. It doesn't mean it will definitely come down, but I think there's a good probability that that could happen. Okay, so that's why I'm holding some cash on the side, ready to buy more Yee in the dip. Because then when the market recovers, if Bitcoin does have a big crash, and then it recovers afterwards, then obviously the market's going to come back, and then I believe Yee can take off from there. And again, Yee's been going around, it's been out for ages, right? So it's got staying power. So I believe it's not going to disappear. So I feel comfortable. I feel more comfortable buying heavier of Yee because it's got staying power, right? It's not just going to, it's probably not going to just disappear because it's proven itself over the last couple of years, right? And yeah, I definitely think this one has a chance to become one of the top memes and get on the big exchanges and run to hundreds of millions of market cap, potentially even into the billions, if the market allows for that, right? Because obviously if the market is not allowing for that kind of stuff to happen, then it won't happen. But again, right now we're seeing coins run to 100 million plus. So we've seen that with White Whale and Penguin, and that was just recently during the bad market conditions, right? So when the market conditions are good, we're going to see higher than that, obviously. We're going to see higher than 200 million when the market conditions are good. So yeah, that's it. This is my longerish term 100x that I'm basically treating as a hodl bag, right? It's like a longer term hodl bag. And I'm also looking for some shorter term trades as well. I don't constantly make videos about all of those trades because obviously making these videos takes a little bit of time to make. So obviously I'm not going to make a video about all of the different coins I'm buying and selling and all the different trades I'm making. But you can see all that in my Discord group. This is the group here. So there's a DGen chat, there's a leverage trading chat. You can see my trade alerts if you want to stay updated with my trading activity. And yeah, you can get access to my watch list. You can see what coins I'm currently keeping an eye on. And yeah, we've had a few good calls in here so far. So this one I called in the group River so I called this one first at $18 and actually ran to $85 since I called it in the group. And this one here I called in the group at 700k market cap or something like that. And basically, yeah, we're sharing plays and stuff like that in here. That's basically the idea, is to find all the best plays, right, in an easier way, rather than trying to find all the plays yourself. If you've got, lots of people trying to find these plays, you're going to find the best ones in a much more efficient way. That's the whole point, right? And obviously there's only 9 people in here so far, which is why it's only $1 a month. But obviously sooner or later the plan is to have like 100 people plus in here, so it's only going to get better in this group. So you also get access to my course in here to learn how to trade on crypto, to learn how to trade DeFi if you're a beginner, or if you've kind of been investing in crypto casually but you want to learn how to do it properly, you want to actually understand how to trade, then this course will be good for you as well. If you want to see that, that's a part of the group. Link is in the description. But before you go there, please drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next video.